तो गुड मॉर्निंग गाइस, वेलकम बैक अगेन टू दिस सीरीज। तो आज हम इस सीरीज में बात करेंगे चैप्टर एरियाज रिलेटेड टू सर्कल्स के बारे में। इट्स एन रिलेटिवली इजी चैप्टर एक्चुअली इन 10th ग्रेड एंड यू हैव ओनली 2 फॉर्मूलाज एंड देयर आर फ्यू वैरायटी ऑफ क्वेश्चन जो हम डिस्कस करेंगे ना। तो आइए स्टार्ट करते हैं पहले एमसीक्यू क्वेश्चन से एंड देन विल मूव ऑन टू द डिस्क्रिप्टिव वंस ना, इंक्लूडिंग वी विल हैव फ्यू केस स्टडी क्वेश्चंस एज वेल। तो स्टार्ट करते हैं। ये रहा आपका पहला क्वेश्चन, सॉल्व कीजिए। एरिया ऑफ द सर्कल दैट कैन बी इंस्क्राइब्ड इन ए स्क्वायर ऑफ साइड 6 सेंटीमीटर। क्वेश्चन पढ़िए और आंसर कीजिए चैट में। सर्कल इज इंस्क्राइब्ड इन ए स्क्वायर, स्क्वायर की साइड लेंथ कितनी है भाई? 6 सेंटीमीटर। तो आप एक रफ डायग्राम बना के बता पाओ, क्योंकि रेडियस डायरेक्टली इज नॉट गिवन ना, रेडियस ऑफ द circle is not given, only the side length of the square is given. So how can we get the radius? How are they related? कीजिए जल्दी। सो स्क्वायर है आपका इस टाइप का, सो वी हैव ए स्क्वायर ऑफ साइड लेंथ 6 सेंटीमीटर, मान लेते हैं ये है आपका स्क्वायर, एंड देन देयर इज ए सर्कल इंस्क्राइब्ड इन इट। तो सर्कल इंस्क्राइब का मतलब ऐसा कुछ होएगा सिचुएशन, राइट? एंड नाउ फ्रॉम हियर यू कैन क्लियरली सी ये पूरा का पूरा लेंथ कितना है भाई? 6 सेंटीमीटर, राइट? कहने से अगर ये सर्कल पूरा इंस्क्राइब्ड है, साइड्स को टच कर रहा है, तो ये वाला पार्ट विल बी द डायमीटर। इज दैट क्लियर? So कहने से side of square means it's the diameter. Diameter will also be 6 centimeter. और हमें अगर area of circle चाहिए तो radius चाहिए. So radius will be diameter upon 2 ना, d by 2 that is 3 centimeter. So therefore area of the circle क्या आएगा भाई? Pi r square. Put the value. तो ये pi times 9 सेंटीमीटर स्क्वायर, तो ये हो गया आपका 9 पाई। अच्छी बात ये है कि क्वेश्चन में वो लोग पूछ नहीं रहे हैं भाई ना, दे आर नॉट आस्किंग टू पुट द वैल्यू ऑफ पाई, आंसर इज गिवन इन टर्म्स ऑफ पाई एंड इट्स ऑब्वियसली बिकॉज इट्स एन एमसीक्यू, ज्यादा लेंथी नहीं बनाएंगे वो, ठीक है क्या? बट इवन इफ दे हैड टेकन द वैल्यू ऑफ पाई स्टिल वी कुड हैव सिंप्लीफाइड इट। तो कौन सा ऑप्शन मार्क करेंगे हम? ऑप्शन डी, करेक्ट। सबका आ गया ये? चलिए फिर लेट्स डू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। Yeah, that's right, Swara. Very nice. Yeah, please read the question. Now, I think these kind of questions are actually little bit confusing. Some people find it little tough, but you can remove that difficulty by making the right diagram. So, please focus on making the right diagram first, guys. The area of a circular path of uniform width V surrounding a circular region of radius r. What does that mean? Did we get the right answer here? So there is a circular region, मतलब circle, and then outside the circle there is a circular path, it's told, right? That means it's going to be something of this type. Is that all right? What is given? Radius of the inner circle, that is r, and uniform width, that means no matter where you take this length from here to here, that is d. This is the diagram, bachcho. So they are asking the area of the circular path of uniform width, that means this path area na, we need this area. Do we understand? That's the donut shape area. So if I need that area, can I say it will be the area of the outer circle minus area of the inner circle? Is it that? So can I say area of, or required area we can say, we don't even have to explain it, because it is MCQ question. Saving time should be one of our priority. Area of the path, required path आएगा आपका pi times r square, radius of the outer circle is r plus d the whole square, minus pi times r square, right? What can we do here? Pi we can take common, and then r plus d the whole square minus r square. Either you open using a square minus b square, or a plus b the whole square identity also we can apply. So when you open a square minus b square, you have to add r plus d plus r times r plus d minus r, right? This r and this r will get cancelled. It is actually pi d times r plus r, 2r plus d, or d plus 2r. So which option shall we choose? Pi d into 2r plus d. Pi d into 2r plus d. So it's option A itself, no? Are we all getting it? सबका आंसर आ रहा है क्या? But it's a decent question actually, na? Because the straightforward questions we already know how to solve. So if they manipulate the question and add few extra spices, then how do we manage, ना? अच्छा question है. Is that all right? चले आगे फिर next question में. ये question पढ़िए. The diameter of a circle whose area is equal to sum of the areas of two circles of radii 24 and 7. Please send your answer in chat as soon as you solve it. Okay, then let's solve it now. Let radius of required circle be r, right? So we are making, actually we are adding areas of two circle, right? So area of this will be equal to pi r square is equal to sum of the areas of these two circles whose radii are 24 and 7. So can I say it will be pi times 7 square plus pi times 24 square. Do we understand that? Let's simplify. So you can clearly see pi is getting cancelled from each side, na? So cancel them. We are getting just r square is equal to 7 square plus 24 square. If you remember this, then it's going to be 25 square. Otherwise, you just open the 7 square. It's 49 plus 24 square is 576. If you add them, ये आएगा 625 बच्चों. So r square is 625 means r is root under 625, and 625 is actually a square of 25. Is that all right? So radius of the required circle will be 25 centimeter, but they have asked the diameter, right? So it will be double of it. Now that's why we should mark option D, not option B, na, because they have given even 25. So in hurry, in this kind of question we make little mistake. Did we all get it by our own? Tanvika, is it done? Chalo fir. Clear? So we must be pretty comfortable in these kind of questions, guys. Yeah, that's right. Let's do the next question. The area of a sector of a circle of radius 16 centimeter cut off by an arc of length 18.5 centimeter. प्लीज रीड द क्वेश्चन ना, डायग्राम बनाओ आप लोग एंड देन चेक करो कैसे हम इसको सॉल्व करेंगे, क्या क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है. दे आर आस्किंग यू टू फाइंड द एरिया ऑफ द सेक्टर ना, तो सेक्टर की एरिया चाहिए हमें. सो बना लेते हैं सेक्टर. ये हो गया अज्यूमिंग सेक्टर, बट राइट गाइस, but angle is not given, isn't it? So the first thing should be to get the angle. हम लोग मान लेते हैं कि ये एंगल आपका थीटा है, राइट. आर्क लेंथ इज गिवन 18.5 सेंटीमीटर, ऐसा कुछ. रेडियस इज ऑल्सो गिवन 16 सेंटीमीटर, राइट. जस्ट वेट फॉर मिनट ना, ये so we were talking about this problem. Ne? This is given 18.5 centimeter. This angle we needed and radius was given 16 centimeter. ठीक है. So if we are able to find this angle, then I think question is almost over there ना. तो arc length का formula क्या होता है बच्चे? If I need to find out this length, let's write the formula. Arc length theta upon 360 degree into 2 pi r. This is 18.5 is equal to theta upon 360 degree into 2 pi into r is 16. So from here if you see theta आपका क्या आ रहा है 18.5 into 360 upon, when you simplify 32 pi. We can simplify it, right? Yeah, I think we had done this question earlier as well, no? Therefore area of the sector formula क्या था theta upon 360 into pi r square. So pi रेडियस का स्क्वायर हो गया 16 स्क्वायर अपॉन 360 into theta. I'm just putting it back and then we'll cancel. You see what I did in this case, even though you could have simplified this one, but I did not, because what happens many times we cancel the things. Yeah, Tanvika, I could do that, na? In fact, I did the same thing only, except I wrote that here, right? But that's better. Pi and pi will get cancelled. 360 and 360 got cancelled, right? 16 2 से cancel होगा and then 8. So it is just 18.5 into 8. which is 148. But you're right, na? That is fine, because you know that area of the sector is theta upon 360 degree. Other method, guys, na, simpler you can say, is pi r square. Is that all right? And we know that theta upon 360 degree into 2 pi r is actually arc length. So we are basically rewriting 2 pi r means 1 r is left upon 2. Is that all right? This is already given, na? So that's 18.5 times radius is 16 by 2. So that will be 148 centimeter. You are right, na? You could do that way also. They may even ask 2 or 3 mark question from this part, just like this only. So कर सकते हैं अपन ना. सबका सेम आंसर आया क्या मुकुंद? And did you understand this part? You could have started doing this way. Since theta was not asked to find, na? But if they ask it for 3 or 4 marks, they might even ask you what is the angle. So we should even know theta how to calculate, na? And that is basically this number. We should simplify and write the answer in degree. चलो फिर next करते हैं अब. Okay, this is the next question, guys. The radius of a wheel is 0.25 meter. How many revolutions will it make in covering 11 kilometer of distance? Is it done? So let's see, this is 11 kilometer of distance. ये है आपका व्हील ऐसा कुछ. Radius is 0.25, that can be written as 1 by 4 meter as well, no? So we can calculate first in one revolution how much distance will it travel, no? So distance traveled by wheel, distance in one revolution. Will it be equal to the circumference length? तो ये आएगा 2 pi r, right? 2 pi times 1 by 4 meter, pi by 2 meter, right? So if you have to calculate the number of revolution, can I say it has to be the total distance traveled upon distance covered in one revolution? तो ये है 11 kilometer. We should convert that into meter, ना? So 11,000 meter upon pi upon 2. Right? So 2 we can send to the right side. So in the numerator we have 22,000 and pi is 22 by 7, right? Cancel karo. So we have got 1,007 will go again back to the numerator, right? So it is 7,000 revolutions it has to make to travel distance of 11 kilometer. Chalo. We are assuming that there is a pure rolling, that means the wheel is not skidding. I think we all got it, right? चलो आगे फिर next question करते हैं. Yeah, this is important. The perimeter of a quarter of a circle is small a, then what will be the radius? If needed, make the rough sketch, no, diagram, and then from there you can think what's given and what to find. So let's solve it now guys. क्या करेंगे, पहले क्वार्टर ऑफ अ सर्कल बनाते हैं. सो लेट्स सी, ये है आपका क्वार्टर ऑफ अ सर्कल, ऐसा कुछ होगा. दिस ऑब्वियसली विल बी 90 डिग्री बिकॉज इट्स क्वार्टर ऑफ सर्कल. क्या बोल रखा है भाई, पेरीमीटर, बट रेडियस इज नॉट गिवन. सो कैन आई स्टार्ट बाय टेकिंग दिस एज r, this as r, and if those two are r, if I need to find out this length, right, because in perimeter this part will also come, we can apply the formula for arc length, right? Or you could also say this length has to be circumference of the circle divided by 4, right? So circumference of this circle will be 2 pi r, right? And you have to divide that by 4. Why? Because it's 1/4 of a circle. Otherwise we could also say theta 90 upon 360 into 2 pi r, that's also fine. So that is basically pi r upon 2. If I have to calculate the perimeter, we have to add all of this. So r plus pi r by 2, that's given a. Simplify करो इसको, 2r plus pi r upon 2 is equal to a. LCM ले लो भाई. So 4r plus pi is equal to 2a ना, या फिर एक स्टेप और लिख सकते हैं. In the numerator we have r common. 2 will go to the right side, so it's 2a. Required radius is 2a upon 4 plus pi. Check कौन सा ऑप्शन मैच कर रहा है, a, right? Very good ना. So many of you got the same answer. बस ये ध्यान रखना है ना, आगे भी आएगा ये क्वार्टर ऑफ ए सर्कल, ध्यान से रखना है. यहाँ पे क्वार्टर ऑफ ए सर्कल की जगह पे they might also have told you sector of having some angle at center ना, like 30 degree, 60 degree. Are we getting it? सबका आ रहा है आंसर. चलिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन कीजिए. हाँ, दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट ना, ये समझना आप लोग को अच्छे से. क्लॉक वाली प्रॉब्लम. एरिया स्वेप्ट बाय आवर हैंड ऑफ अ क्लॉक of length 42 centimeter in how much time? 10 minutes. Radius is given, right? So what will be the angle? How much angle will our hand cover in 10 minutes? चले फिर सॉल्व करते हैं बच्चे. So let's try to understand how do we find out the angle covered, no? So we know that in 12 hours, right? In 12 hours, our hand covers 360 degree, right? We can apply unitary method. Here they have talked about hour hand, they might ask you minute hand and second hand as well. Are you getting it? So we know that 12 hours, hour hand covers 360 degree. So can we say in 1 hour, how much distance will it cover? Will it be, how much angle will it cover? 360 upon 12, right? That means 330 degree. Clear? Now they have talked about minutes, right? So 1 hour is basically 60 minutes. So in 60 minutes, our hand is covering 30 degree. So can you guys tell me in 1 minute, 1 minute, how much will it cover? Will it be 30 degree upon 60, which is half degree, 0.5 degree? Therefore, in 10 minutes, you could have directly, na, many times it is possible that you guys can directly find the angle, but I have started from the very beginning, बहुत zero से start किया ना, so that will be basically 10 times 1 by 2, which is 5 degree. So हमारा जो hour hand है वो 10 मिनट में कितना एंगल कवर करेगा भाई? That is going to be 5 degree. So they are talking about the area ना, तो area जो बनेगा अपना वो क्या होगा? एक sector, and area of the sector is theta upon 360 into pi r square. तो ये हो गया theta 5, इधर हो गया 360 times pi we can replace by 22 by 7, right? Obvious reason is because they have given the radius na, 42. So ये 42 into 42, so that cancellation becomes easier. So 7 6 6 60, right? 5 12, 6 2 ja 11, 6 7. You could have cancelled by your own, na? That is centimeter square. So option A. But here we should learn in about everything. What will happen if it was minute hand, if it was second hand, or it's hour hand, right? Sometimes the angle may be more, guys. If I ask you what will be the angle, you all try to cover that question. Can you tell me the angle swept by our minute hand in 80 minutes? Question is, I am adding one more question. Angle covered by minute hand in 80 minutes. Can you find this? In 80 minutes, how much angle will it cover, the minute hand? Please answer that as well. ट्राई कीजिए जल्दी से. तो यहां पे पहले हमें निकालना पड़ेगा, राइट? इन 1 मिनट हाउ मच एंगल डज minute hand cover, right? So can I say in 60 minute it completes one revolution, right? So in 60 minute hand covers 360 degree. So in 1 minute how much angle does it cover? 360 degree upon 60, that is 60 degree. 6 degree, sorry, 6 degree. Every minute hand covers 6 degree. Therefore in 80 minutes how much it covers? 80 times 6 degree, that means 480 degree. That means definitely it covers more than one complete revolution, right? Yeah. So here also if I have to find out the area swept, then the answer will be theta upon 360 into pi r square only, guys. Okay, it is not necessarily when we find out the area of the sector, and if we apply the formula, theta has to be less than 360. There is no rule like that. It depends on how many times you are rotating. Is that all right? So if I had asked if the radius of the minute hand is r, then how much area will it swept? Then the answer will be 480 upon 360 into pi r square only. Is that all right? So there should not be any confusion why if there is more than one revolution the angle is more than 360. It can be. Clear hai? Chalo fir. Let's do the next question. Yeah, this is the assertion reason based on this. Try to answer it. if the circumference and area of a circle are numerically equal, then diameter of the circle is 2 units. Is that true? Right? So we can apply the formula of circumference of circle, that is 2 pi r. They are asking, obviously dimensionally if you say the area and perimeter cannot be equal, are you getting? But they are telling numerically they are equal. So 2 pi r should be equal to pi r square. And if r is 0, that does not make any sense about the circle. It will be 0 radius, na? So pi से pi cancel करो and 1 r we can cancel, right? So r कितना आ रहा है? 2 units. R is 2 units. So diameter will be 4 units, right? So that's why statement 1 is definitely wrong. So we'll mark option D immediately, right? But can you please, obviously in exam you will do that only. Please check this, guys. What about this region? How do you solve that? Please try to solve even that part. A pendulum swings through an angle 30 degree, describes an arc of 8.8 centimeter in length. The length of the pendulum is this. Is that true? Let's solve it. Can I solve? So pendulum, you must have an idea, right? It means it's going to be swinging like that. ऐसा कुछ कर रहा है. ये एंगल है आपका 30 डिग्री बच्चे. ये है आपका 8.8 सेंटीमीटर. This is the length, right? Or you can also say it's going to be. That's right, Tanvika. Yeah. From the statement you can understand, in different scenario they use different words. So from the context of the problem, most of the time it will be clear. And yeah, this idea you all should have. In some question, if they are trying to relate it to real life situations, then they may use different sentences or words. So we must understand as per the scenario. So diagram will help you to understand, right? So I am taking length as L, but it's basically the radius of this sector, right? Apply karo formula. So 8.8 centimeter will be 330 degree upon 360 degree into 2 pi r. करे सिंप्लीफाई तो 30 और ये 60 कितना से कैंसिल हो रहा है भाई 12 ना. And you can clearly understand they want 8.8 is equal to pi upon 6, 1 upon 6 into 22 upon 7 into r. Karo simplify. So this and this will get cancelled na by 0.4. So from here you can say r will be 42 times 0.4, right, which is 16.8 centimeters. So it's obviously correct na. We just wanted to understand this problem na, pendulum bole to kaise solve karna hai. That's why I actually insisted you to even try that. Though without solving that we were able to mark the right choice, right? So did we understand if they use the word pendulum, how will it act? Pendulum, you might have an idea, right? In fact, in older days, even nowadays you will see pendulum watch. समझ पाए क्या? आगे चले भाई. चलो फिर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन करो. नाउ दीज वर एमसीक्यूज. अब चलते हैं 2 मार्क्स की तरफ ना. आई थिंक वी हैव डन एनफ नंबर ऑफ एमसीक्यूज फॉर दिस चैप्टर ना. I have tried to take all the type of question usually they ask, and if some of the concepts are not covered in MCQs, then we have 2 marks, 3 marks and 5 marks there we'll cover. चलो फिर, this is the first question. ये बहुत ही standard question है, you must have done similar situation question. A horse is tethered to one corner of a rectangular field of dimension this by a rope of length 21 meter. How much area of the field can it graze? And guys, you can tell your friends also to join. No, some of the students are absent today. Can I solve? So 70 meter by 52 meter. It's going to be a rectangle, ना? तो बना लो रेक्टेंगल भाई. ये है आपका 70 और ये है आपका 52. So horse is stated at one corner. कोई भी corner उठा लो भाई. Let's see it's here. And the radius or length of that is 21, ना? So 21 का मतलब ऐसा कुछ एरिया होगा. Horse is, let's see, tethered here. This is 21, this is 21. So can you tell what area can it graze? It has to be just this area, right? So question में क्या पूछा है भाई? How much area of the field can it graze? That's too easy, right? You have to just calculate this. In fact, the better question should be what area will it not be able to graze? We'll do both of them actually, नहीं? तो area of the field ये आएगा भाई. This angle is obviously 90, right? So it's basically a quarter of a circle. Theta by 360 or pi r square upon 4. It's basically pi, we can write 22 by 7 into 1 by 4 into 21 into 21 centimeter square. Please also answer what area will it not be able to graze. तो simplify करें भाई. 7, 3, 11, 2. So if you multiply them, it's going to be 63 into 11 by 2. If you want it to be in decimal, ये आएगा आपका 693, right, upon 2, which is 346.5 centimeter square. That's right. Now calculation isn't bad though. And what about the area which is ungrazed, right? So if you have to find that ungrazed area, will be area of the rectangle minus this. So area of the rectangle is 70 into 52 minus 346.5 centimeter square. Do we understand that? Is that all right? So if they ask this question for 2 marks, they should ask this question. Otherwise, this information isn't used much here. समझ पा रहे क्या हम सब लोग? Is this all right? Can we do the next question now? चलो फिर let's do the next one. Shall we do the next one now? Have you all understood? Similar question will come again na, with some changes only. Yeah, this type of question we had once in MCQ, the number of revolution calculation. Check करो भाई क्या बोला जाए. The diameter of a front and rear wheels of a tractor are 80 and 200 centimeter respectively. Find the number of revolution of rear wheels to cover the distance which is the front wheel covers in 800 revolution. Shall we solve it now? So let's see, this is the ground. Front wheel has smaller radius. And obviously both of them has to cover same distance, right? So we can find out the distance covered by front wheel and distance covered by the rear wheel and equate them, isn't it? The diameters are given 80 and 200, right? So diameter of this radius will be 100 centimeter and this will be 40 centimeter. We can mention this point: distance covered by front wheel is equal to distance covered by rear wheel. Can we mention that? Do we understand? And we can start by naming, na? Let number of revolution no? Of rear wheel be n. Please mention the things like that, na? It can be a 3-mark question even. So for front wheel, we can calculate the distance in one revolution and then multiply it by number of revolution. So in one revolution, how much distance will it cover? It will be equal to same as the circumference, right? So that is front wheel. So front wheel कितना है भाई? एक revolution में कितना distance cover करेगा? It's going to be 2 pi r. R is 40 centimeter. Into it is taking 800 revolution. Can I say? Let's do the same thing to the right side. That will be 2 pi. This time the radius will be 100, but the number of revolution we don't know. Cancel करें चीजें. So 2 pi and 2 pi are getting cancelled, right? बचा कितना? 40 and this 100 also we can cancel. तो ये तो बहुत आसानी से आ गया, right? 320 is equal to n. So even though both the wheels are covering same distance, but one is taking less number of revolution for obvious reason than the other, right? चलिए फिर. So if they ask question of this type, we can easily understand, right? In fact, if they want, they can also make a question where there are 3 wheels of and they have the different radius. That will be pretty interesting. चलो फिर next की तरफ. Yeah, here diagram is also given. And even in these questions, guys, I would advise to make the diagram when you solve the problem na exam में. If it doesn't take too much time, it's student दो. तो ये है आपका रेडियस ना, पूरा बड़े वाले का रेडियस है 7 और दूसरे वाले का कितना है भाई? 3.5, which we shall write 7/2 ना, that will be better. So they are asking first thing na, and this angle is 30 degree as well. Find the area and the perimeter of the shaded region na. So it should be a 3-mark question because finding out the perimeter will be little bit time taking, right? And you can even understand this has to be another 7/2 centimeter. बढ़िया लग रहा है? So first part we can find shaded area. Shaded area कितना आएगा भाई? Area of the bigger arc minus area of the smaller sector, right? So it has to be theta 30 degree upon 360 degree. Do we understand? Into pi r square. So pi times, can I write radius of the larger circle minus pi times radius of the smaller circle. Can I do that, guys? Because angle is same in both the cases. चलो पाई भी बाहर निकाल लेते हैं और इसको सिंप्लीफाई कर लें. सो ये आएगा 1/12. पाई भी बाहर निकाल लेते हैं तो पाई 7 स्क्वायर माइनस 7/2 स्क्वायर. सो इट मेक्स सेंस. आप क्या करो भाई, 1/12 into pi is 22/7 because 7 is common into, I'm taking out 7 square outside, no? 7 into 7 and then what is left? 1 minus 1/4. You can do the calculation by your own, guys, na? No need to follow exact same thing, the thing I have done. Simplify karo, 7, 7. 11 to the and then it will get cancelled by 6. तो ये हो गया 77/6 times 3/4. So that is 77/8 centimeter square. I think it should be a good 3-mark question, na? Not just 2, because for 2 marks this itself is fine. Shaded area. चलो फिर सॉल्व करते हैं. पेरीमीटर. So can I say perimeter? This part and this part we have to add this part and this part. Right, बच्चों? So 7/2 plus 7/2 plus this arc length will be theta 30 degree upon 360 degree into 2 pi r. R in that case 7/2 plus angle is same, theta upon 360 degree into 2 pi into this time radius is 7. We need to just simplify that expression. ऐसे ही कर रहे हैं. 7/2 plus 7/2 is basically 7 और यहां पे भी कैंसिल कर दो या फिर कॉमन ले लो ना, 12. सो 2 pi/12 कॉमन ले रहा हूं मैं. आप अपने तरीके से सिंप्लीफाई कर सकते हैं. 7 plus 1/6 पाई की जगह पे 22/7. 7 कॉमन ले लिया. 1/2 plus 1 3/2. कैलकुलेशन इज कंप्लीटली इन योर हैंड बच्चा. तो 6 2 यहाँ पे आएगा, राइट? देन 2 11. सो इट्स बेसिकली 7 plus 11/2 11.5 centimeter. Check करो कैलकुलेशन whether are you also getting the same thing. Did we understand? This can be there even for case study, na? It's better question for case study as well. If you have doubt, please ask in the chat, guys, na? We'll describe that as well. Are we all getting the same answer? Tanvika, verify your answer, bacha. Please confirm whether you got the answer. चलिए फिर let's do the next question ना. But it was important, guys. ऐसे diagram based question पूछ सकते हैं वो. So they may give you the diagram or even you have to make the diagram. They just describe the situation. चलिए. Even this is important. So all these word problems which we are discussing here are very essential in upcoming years as well. A steel wire when bent in the form of square, it encloses an area of 121 centimeter square, right? So it's a square. If I call side length A, right? Let A be the side length of the square. So that means they have given A square is equal to 121. A will be 11 centimeter, right? So what will be the length of the wire? Original length of the wire? Will be perimeter, right? So 4A, 44 centimeter. Now it is went into making a square, right? So square, circle, sorry, no? They are asking you to find the area of the circle, right? So can I say this time the perimeter, right? This perimeter and this perimeter should be equal. So we can start by naming the radius to be R. Let R be the radius. That means 2 pi R is actually 44. We can cancel it, right? कितना आ रहा है ये? 22. You could find the value of R as 22 by pi. You could also put the value of pi as 22 by 7, guys, no? Therefore, area of circle will be pi R square, no? So pi times, yeah, putting the value of pi is better, no? So that will be 7. So 7 squares. 22 by 7 into 7 into 7 cancel. 154, right? We are familiar with this number actually, no? So yeah, it's a decent question for 2 marks. Explanation should be exactly this way only. आप सबका भी आंसर आई थिंक सेम ही आ गया, राइट? बट क्वेश्चन क्लियर है बिल्कुल. What is the meaning of changing the shape? It's basically based on changing the shape of the figure. स्क्वायर से क्या किया उसने? सर्कल बना दिया. चलो फिर आगे चलते हैं भाई. Okay, few 3 mark question let's discuss. Please try to answer by your own. Sides of a right triangular field. Acha, so they have helped you actually, right? By telling you it's a right triangular field. What if they had not given? If they had not given, can we observe it's a right angle triangle sides? Because you can remember this Pythagoras triplet also, no? 24 square plus 7 square is actually 25 square. In fact, in one of the previous question it came also, right? So if they had not mentioned, still we could have observed that it's a right triangle side, na? समझ पा रहे क्या? And even if it was not a right angle triangle, still we could have solved it, no? But in that case, to find out the area of the triangle, we needed Heron's formula. So it's a right angle triangle. Diagram बना लो बच्चों ऐसा. ये है आपका 24, 7 and then 25 meter. So at one end we have cow. चलो फिर cow को यहां रखते हैं. And they are having rope length 3.5 meter each. So यहां पे हमने क्या किया? cow को टाई किया है. काउ। यहां पे क्या किया है भाई, लेट्स सी हॉर्स या बुफेलो and then horse. The order is not important. The radius of each of them is 3.5 only. Is that all right? Is this the diagram? The question is, find the area of the field that cannot be grazed. मतलब you have to calculate the area of the triangle and then remove these areas. Are you getting it? Is that all right? So first thing we can find is area of the triangle. In the solution we can write area of the triangle. Please ask your query if you have any in this question. So area of the triangle आएगा half times 24 times 7, ये आएगा 12, 84 meter square. Now we can calculate the sum of these areas ना. So what you can do, either you name this triangle ना, A हो गया आपका, और you can name this angle A, this as B and this as C. Are you getting? So we can calculate first area that can be grazed, that can be grazed. तो हम क्या करेंगे भाई, पहले area of the grazed part na by curve. How much curve will be able to do that? If I don't take angle 90 degree, let's take angle B itself. Are you getting? So that in question where the triangle is not of right angle or equilateral, how do you apply it? That's why I'm writing angle B only. So ये कितना आएगा भाई, B upon 360 into pi r square. Radius is 3.5, so that can be written as 7/2 square. Is that all right? Plus A upon 360 degree into pi r square. This time also they have kept the same length of the rope. Then we have C upon 360 degree into 7/2 the whole square. You can clearly see in this, everything is common except B, A and C, right? So pi upon 360 degree into 7/2 square into B plus A plus C. And since ABC are angles of a triangle, can we say A plus B plus C? तो ये हो जाएगा पाई अपॉन 360 डिग्री, इसको लिख सकते हो आप 7/2 इंटू 7/2, सो दैट कैंसिलेशन इज इजी, एंड दिस इज 180 ना. सो वी डिड नॉट नीड द एंगल ना, ये एंगल इट वाज नॉट गिवन बट इट वाज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. इज दैट ऑल राइट? सो समटाइम ना व्हेन वी सॉल्व वी हैव दिस आइडिया, एंगल तो दिया ही नहीं, देन हाउ विल यू यूज द फॉर्मूला? समझ पा रहे हैं क्या? सो 360 और ये कैंसिल हो जाएगा 2 से, एंड पाई कैन बी रिटन एज 22/7. सो 22/7 इंटू 7 अपॉन 8. एक कैंसिल हो गया इधर और ये कैंसिल हो जाएगा 4, राइट, 11. सो दैट्स एक्चुअली 77/4. वी कैन सिंप्लीफाई. कितना आ रहा है ये? 19.25 meter square. But that's not the answer, right? Final answer will be the difference of these two. Therefore, the area that cannot be grazed are we all understanding it? पूरा का पूरा समझ में आ रहा है हमें, राइट? ये हो जाएगा आपका 84 माइनस 19.25. वी कैन चेक कैलकुलेशन. सही से किया है ना कैलकुलेशन हमने? इज इट ऑल राइट गाइस? सो सब्ट्रैक्ट कर लो भाई. तो ये आ गया 63.75 मीटर स्क्वायर. आर वी ऑल गेटिंग इट? सबका आ रहा है क्या? कोई डाउट है तो बताओ भाई. Now we can extend this question. It is not necessary, it's only applicable for triangle. It can be applicable for even quadrilateral, pentagon, any kind of polynomial, guys, provided the length of the rope in each case will be same. Because if that is the case, then by taking the common thing, you see, when we took out common, what did we get? Sum of the angle. And we know that for every kind of polygons we know the sum of the angles, so we can just apply that. समझ में आ रहा है हम सबको? चलिए फिर, इज इट क्लियर? स्वराश्री सही है ना बच्चा? पूरा क्लियर हो रहा है क्या? डोंट फॉरगेट टू आस्क योर डाउट्स ना, डाउट्स पूछना है जब भी थोड़ा सा भी कंफ्यूजिंग लगे. अच्छा, सब्ट्रैक्शन मैंने गलत किया क्या? या इट शुड बी 64.75, राइट? हाँ, या इट शुड बी 64.75. चलो फिर नेक्स्ट करते हैं ना. या प्लीज रीड द क्वेश्चन. दिस टाइम दे हैव गिवन द डायग्राम. दैट्स राइट बच्चा ना, इन द प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन द आंसर शुड बी 64.75 ना. बिल्कुल सही. Yeah, now please answer this. जल्दी जल्दी कंप्लीट करते हैं बाकी क्वेश्चंस. पूरा एनर्जी लगाओ भाई सीखने में, जो भी छोटी सी चीजें बची हुई है. Find the area of the shaded region. Right, so area of the shaded region will be can I say it will be area of the sector minus, let's do it together, area of which triangle? Triangle AOP, right? And to calculate area of triangle AOP, AP is already given 15 guys, right? ये है आपका 15, but nowhere, अच्छा रेडियस भी दे दिया इन्होंने. Then they have given actually more information than needed, no? But let's apply then. Let's use whatever information they have given. But it should not be given, na? Because if this angle is given, guys, and this length is given, then this length and this length we can get just by using trigonometry. ठीक है? तो radius भी दे दिया है. Are you getting? So let's use the radius. But if it was not given, then we could have found the radius, ना? तो मैं यहाँ पे delete कर रहा हूँ actually वो part. Assume that the radius is not given. You have to calculate, ना? Radius should not be given. The information which is given is much more than required. So हमें radius find करना है पहले. Radius दिया हुआ है नहीं है इस question में. Is that all right? So we can use trigonometric rule. So in triangle AOP हम लोग यूज करते हैं साइन और कोसाइन. रेडियस फाइंड करने के लिए कौन सा? कोसाइन ना. सो अगर मैं बोलूं cos 60 डिग्री, cos 60 डिग्री कितना होगा भाई? इट्स ए राइट एंगल ट्राइंगल. इट विल बी adjacent OP, right, upon hypotenuse. अच्छा, we should use tan first, no? tan 60 डिग्री ये देगा आपको AP अपॉन OP. √3 इज इक्वल टू AP अपना है 15 और ये है OP. आई होप वी आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग ना. कंफ्यूजन है तो बताओ ना, विल डिस्कस दैट. √3 दिस कैन बी रेशनलाइज एंड सिंप्लीफाइड. तो ये आ रहा है क्या 5√3 in centimeter it will be. And in the same triangle also, if I have to find out the radius, either you can use Pythagoras theorem or you can use again sin 60 degree. तो sin 60 डिग्री कितना होगा भाई? AP अपॉन OA. तो ये हो जाएगा √3 अपॉन 2. AP ऑलरेडी दिया हुआ है 15 अपॉन OA. तो फ्रॉम हियर यू कैन से OA कितना आएगा भाई? 30 अपॉन √3. ठीक है. So we have got the radius as well. It's 10√3. Is that all right? So we have enough information now to find out the area of the sector, right guys? तो ये आएगा area of the sector 60 degree upon 360 degree into pi r square. Pi into radius आ गया अपना कितना 10√3. So 10√3 square minus area of this triangle is half base into height क्योंकि ये right angle triangle है. So 15 times OP. OP आया था हमारा कितना 5√3. क्या हम सब समझ पा रहे हैं इसको बिल्कुल अच्छे से? तो ये कैंसिल कर सकते हम 6 से. ये हो गया आपका पाई अपॉन 6. ये आ गया 300 माइनस 75√3 अपॉन 2. कैंसिल कर दे भाई. तो ये आएगा आपका 50, राइट. 50 पाई माइनस 75√3 अपॉन 2. If you are not putting the value of pi, you can keep it as it is. Now, it's not mentioned. If they tell you to use the value of pi, then you had no choice. And since it's a 3-mark question, it looks like we have done enough, right? इतना बहुत explain कर दिया. But it's important question, right? Because it is little bit of out of the comfort zone of many students, nahin? Because trigonometry is used. So do not hesitate to use trigonometry in some of the question, even if the question is not from the applications of trigonometric chapter or trigonometric chapter. We can still use it. The only thing we have to understand is what's given and what is unknown. So we have to just find the unknown by the given information. And for that, whatever rule we need to use, kar lo use. Is it all right? Have we all got it? चलिए फिर check your calculation. I'm sure you will also get the similar answer. You just verify at the end whether you are getting the same thing. Na? I did not put the value of pi, na? Because if you are putting the value of pi and then √3, then you have to write 2 more steps. And the worst part is the calculation, that multiplication. चलो फिर next question करते हैं. Find the area of the minor segment of a circle. अच्छा, that's very standard question, guys, na? So since this is asked, it's based on the simple concept, I have taken one such question. ऐसा ना हो कि हम लोग सारे अलग अलग क्वेश्चन करें और जो स्टैंडर्ड क्वेश्चन है वो भूल जाएं. Are you getting? So we will try to take care of every type they ask. जल्दी जल्दी कीजिए. तो डायग्राम बना लेते हैं भाई। This angle is given 60 degree. They are talking about major and minor segment na, so minor segment means they want this area. Radius is given 14 centimeters. So I think we have enough information, right? Do we have enough information here? तो पहली पार्ट तो क्या है भाई, सीधा फॉर्मूला भी यूज कर सकते हैं ना, एरिया ऑफ द माइनर सेगमेंट. Many times they do not mention whether they are talking about major or minor segment. So mostly it is minor segment only, but from the context it will be pretty clear. So ये आता है क्या आपका area of the sector, लिख लो एक बार ना, area of sector minus area of triangle. And also you can understand here, since this angle is given 60 degree, this will also be 60, this will also be 60. So actually the triangle is equilateral, and area of equilateral triangle will be √3/4 into side square. That we can remember. See, there is few variety of question here guys, okay. One special possibility is it's equilateral triangle when this angle is 60. If it is 90 degree, then it will be a right angle triangle. So in those cases, area of the triangle you can apply half base into height and √3/4 side square. But if they give you the other angle, then you have a formula na. I will write again, r square by 2 into sin theta. So I will write the formula also na. But if they give this kind of question when the triangle is right angle or equilateral, I think it will be better not to use the formula, सीधा use करो area of the triangle formula. Is that all right? तो करें, तो area of the sector will be 60 degree upon 360 into pi r square. Pi और रेडियस का स्क्वायर ना, 14 का स्क्वायर, माइनस एरिया ऑफ द ट्राइंगल √3/4 इंटू साइड का स्क्वायर. व्हाट इज द साइड? 14. सही है, सिंप्लीफाई कर लेते हैं. तो ये को कैंसिल करो भाई, ये आ रहा है 6 से कैंसिल हो रहा है. एंड आई थिंक इट मेक्स सेंस टू पुट द वैल्यू ऑफ पाई एज 22/7. क्यों? क्योंकि वो कैंसिल हो रहा है. तो ये हो गया 14 इंटू 14 माइनस √3/4, इधर भी लिख देते हैं 14 इंटू 14. सिंप्लीफाई कर लो अच्छे से. ये आ गया आपका 7 2 जा 2 3 जा, और जो बचा उसमें थोड़ा मेहनत है. सो 14 इंटू 22 कैन बी रिटन एज 28 इंटू 11. 28 इंटू 11 आएगा आपका 302. चेक कर लो बच्चा, 302 ना. 28 इंटू 11 308 ना. It will be 308 upon 3 minus, you can cancel, so 2 7 then 7 49 √3. थोड़ा मेहनत का काम है, इसको सिंप्लीफाई कर लो आप ना. ट्राई टू गिव द आंसर इन डेसिमल फॉर्म. एंड इफ दे आस्क यू टू फाइंड द एरिया ऑफ corresponding major segment, you just subtract this area from the area of the complete circle. Area of corresponding major segment. Are we getting it? कैलकुलेशन क्या करना है भाई, ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लग रहा है तो आप कर दो, अदरवाइज यू मे जस्ट लीव इट लाइक दैट ना. ये आएगा आपका पाई r स्क्वायर, पाई टाइम्स 14 स्क्वायर माइनस ये जो आपका था. तो यहां पे क्या करना है, अगर हम डेसिमल में सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे इसको तो सीधा वैल्यू उसका लिख सकते हैं अपन ना. तो ये आएगा आपका 102.6 लिख लेते हैं भाई, माइनस 49 इंटू 1.73. प्लीज सिंप्लीफाई एंड गिव द आंसर. और यहां पे वही वैल्यू डाल देना है, और ये आएगा 22/7 टाइम्स 14 टाइम्स 14. $56 इंटू 11 616 माइनस जो भी एरिया आ रहा है ना. एंड यूनिट डोंट फॉरगेट टू राइट सेंटीमीटर स्क्वायर. आर वी गेटिंग दैट? सो ये एक ऐसा क्वेश्चन है बच्चे जिसमें ज्यादा मेहनत तो नहीं है, मतलब हाँ ठीक ठाक है, बट ये स्टैंडर्ड है जो कि वो अगर ऐसा क्वेश्चन बनाना चाहे जो सब लोग ही आंसर कर पाए, जो कि बोर्ड बनाता है, बोर्ड ट्राई करता है क्या कि सब बच्चे के अच्छे मार्क्स आए, तो ऐसा क्वेश्चन बनाने में किसी बच्चे को दिक्कत नहीं होगी, राइट, क्योंकि ये तरीके ना, इस टाइप के प्रॉब्लम ही बेसिकली सॉल्व करवाया जाता है। बाकी क्वेश्चन में तो कुछ चेंजेस कर दिए गए हैं, राइट। डू वी गेट इट? कुछ पूछना है तो बताइए बच्चों। So if we have understood the thing which I was talking about ना, अगर फॉर्मूला अपने को याद रखना है तो ध्यान रखिए, अगर ऐसा कुछ क्वेश्चन हो, ठीक है, और हमें चाहिए माइनर सेगमेंट का एरिया, डायरेक्ट फॉर्मूला अगर चाहिए, अगर एंगल वो 60 डिग्री नहीं है, 90 डिग्री नहीं है, कुछ और है, तो अगर ये एंगल थीटा है बच्चे, और अगर हमें एरिया इसकी चाहिए और ये रेडियस आर है, तो ये एरिया हो जाता है बच्चा, एरिया ऑफ द सेक्टर हो जाएगा थीटा अपॉन 360 डिग्री इंटू पाई आर स्क्वायर, माइनस एरिया ऑफ द ट्राइंगल ये होता है 1/2 आर स्क्वायर इंटू साइन थीटा। अगर आप चाहे तो यूज कर सकते हैं इसको, ठीक है। ये हो गया एरिया ऑफ द माइनर सेगमेंट। डायरेक्टली यू कैन अप्लाई दिस फॉर्मूला। ऑब्वियसली दिस विल बी एप्लीकेबल इवन इफ द एंगल इज 60 और 90, ठीक है। यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड, जैसे ये 90 होगा तो ये साइन 91 हो जाएगा, और जैसे ये 60 डिग्री है तो ये वैल्यू √3/2 होगा, √3/2 इंटू ये करेंगे तो √3/4 इंटू साइड स्क्वायर, जो कि इक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल का फॉर्मूला था। क्लियर है क्या सबका? आर वी रेडी टू गो फॉर द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन? इसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, किसी को भी है तो बताइए। चलिए फिर लेट्स डू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। A park is in the shape of a circle of diameter 7. It is surrounded by a path of width 0.7 meter. Find the expenditure of cementing the path if it cost Rs 110 rupees per square meter, which is very realistic question. Though we had similar situation in one MCQ as well. If they don't mention which usually what they expect, you give the answer in decimal form, na, especially if it is a 3 or 5 mark question. But if they don't mention, I think they will give you the benefit of doubt, na, and even if you leave it in √3 form, they should not cut any marks. Are you getting? So if you think you have enough time, you can do the complete calculation. Are you getting? Now please do this one. But again, without diagram will not move ahead, na. So there is a circular park. ये है आपका लेट्स सी रेडियस 7 एंड द विड्थ इज 0.7 मीटर, मतलब आउटसाइड ऐसा कुछ है ना. सो यू हैव टू सीमेंट दिस पाथ, ये वाला पूरा, and the width is 0.7, that means this length is 0.7 meter. So to find out the total expenditure to cement this, first we need to find out the area of the path, na. So we can directly write area of the path. ये आएगा आपका एरिया ऑफ द आउटर सर्कल माइनस एरिया ऑफ द इनर. इट विल बी पाई टाइम्स 7.7. अच्छा, डायमीटर इज 7 ना, सो इट्स 7/2 रेडियस, राइट. सो पाई टाइम्स 7/2 प्लस 0.7 कैन बी रिटन एज 7/10 स्क्वायर. माइनस पाई टाइम्स 7/2 द होल स्क्वायर। इज दैट ऑल राइट? सो अगर हम सिंप्लीफाई करें इसको तो पाई कॉमन ले रहा हूं मैं, एंड देन आई एम यूजिंग a प्लस बी इंटू a माइनस बी। द सिंप्लीफिकेशन इज कंप्लीटली इन योर हैंड गाइज। You just make sure that calculation isn't ugly, okay? You just try to keep it as simple as possible. So I think directly a square minus b square will be better. So it will be 7/2 plus 7/10 plus 7/2 into 7/2 plus 7/10 minus 7/2, and the unit is meter square. तो ये हो गया भाई पाई. Pi can also be written as 22/7 for obvious reason here. And if we add, then it's the first term will be 7/2 plus 7/2, 7 plus 7/10, और यहां पे ये कैंसिल हो रहा है तो इट विल बी जस्ट 7/10 मीटर स्क्वायर. सिंप्लीफाई कर लो तो ये 7 और ये 7 तो गया, ये बचा क्या 22 टाइम्स. ये सिंप्लीफाई कर लो तो इट विल बी 7 कॉमन इंटू 11/10 इंटू 1/10. कर लो मल्टीप्लाई. So it's 154 into 11/100, right? And I think simplification of this is not necessary, guys, right? Because if we have to calculate the total cost, you know that number will multiply by 110. So देखो कुछ cancel हो तो, therefore required cost, you may follow the approach which I am using, okay? Otherwise you can have your own way if it is better than this, no? Because calculation is the problem in most of the time, no? तो टोटल कॉस्ट कितना होगा भाई? ये जो एरिया आपका आया है 154 इंटू 11/100 इंटू 110. एक जीरो से एक जीरो तो कैंसिल हो गया, बस मल्टीप्लाई क्या करना है भाई 154 इंटू 11 स्क्वायर 121 अपॉन 10 rupees. Please simplify that. I'm not cancelling 2 ना, एक 2 कैंसिल हो रहा है राइट, बट आई एम कीपिंग 10 इन द डिनोमिनेटर सो दैट वो डेसिमल शिफ्ट कर दे बस. ठीक है, तो करो मल्टीप्लाई भाई, मल्टीप्लाई कर लें. चलिए तो ये हो जाएगा 154, ये हो जाएगा 308 और ये हो जाएगा 154. तो ये है बच्चे 43581. So that will be 1853.4 rupees. That should be the exact number. So calculation उतना खराब नहीं था यहाँ पे. That's why we actually completed ना. And this should only be done in rough page. At the back of the paper you can do or just in the side. अच्छा 63 आ रहा है क्या? It is 63. You are right. Clear? So it's not tough. Simple only, right? If we are able to understand the situation, we just have to use those basic formula only and common sense. चले आगे चलते हैं फिर. या ऐसा क्वेश्चन वो इवन पूछते हैं केस स्टडी में ना, तो अच्छे से करो बच्चे. टारगेट इज टू गेट द फाइनल आंसर. जल्दी जल्दी कंप्लीट कीजिए बच्चों. Is it done, Swara? You can just bifurcate the diagram, guys, if it makes it easier, no? So we have, no, you can just join this line like that, and then you can join this line. Are you getting? So that we can find the area of this part and area of this part, right? Finding out the area of this part isn't tough, right? Because you know that from here to here it is 106 and the length is 10, na? It's given in a form. If the track of the wide is everywhere, na, 10 meter wide everywhere, that means this length is also 10, this length is also 10, everywhere it's 10. चलो फिर सॉल्व करते हैं. So shaded area, directly we can write required shaded area has to be, let's first add these area ना. ये वाला area कितना होगा भाई? Length into breadth, so that's going to be 10 times 106. And since this area is also same as this, so instead of adding that again, multiply by 2. यहाँ तक सही है? Plus we can calculate this area and then multiply by 2, right? So this area will be pi times, right? And it's a semicircle, not circle. So pi by 2 times radius of the outer one square. Outer one radius क्या आएगा भाई? That's not given, we can find with the given information. Oh, that's very easy, right? ये पूरा का पूरा यहाँ से 60 है, right? That means if this is the center, this length has to be, na, this has to be equal. This is 30, this is 30, so this also will be 30. And 10 is this width, so this has to be 10, right? Yeah, in exam also we can write the required area. But yeah, in your solution, please involve this diagram as well. Write that diagram, make it there. तो ये आ गया आपका outer radius will be 40 square minus inner radius will be 30 square. That's the area of just this part, na? But if you want to add both of them, multiply by 2. And now just simplify. So it's not a bad question then, right? ज़्यादा लेंदी नहीं बना. तो ये आ गया भाई 212 प्लस ये 2 और ये 2 कट गया. And pi we can write 22 by 7. और यहाँ पे देखो a square minus b square, if we do 40 plus 30, 70, and 40 minus 30, 10. So 7, so ये cancel हो गया भाई. So that is 2120 plus 2200. अच्छा देखो कैलकुलेशन में डेसिमल भी नहीं आए. गुड. तो ये हो गया आपका 4320. यूनिट विल बी मीटर स्क्वायर. Did we all get this? तो ये आसान था. If it this type of question come directly in the exam, we should be lucky ना, क्योंकि टाइम बचेगा और वो टाइम आप सॉल्व कर सकते हो. दूसरे क्वेश्चन जो थोड़ा लेंदी. Are we all getting it? सबका आगे आंसर. चले फिर आगे नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन की तरफ. नो क्वेश्चन शुड बी लेफ्ट अनअटेम्प्टेड गाइस. जो भी क्वेश्चन इस सीरीज में हम कर रहे हैं हर एक चैप्टर में, आप लोग क्लास के बाद में भी एक बार ध्यान से करेंगे, ठीक है? Even you can go through the video if you have confusion. चलो फिर next. हाँ. So sometimes they try to be creative and make some new shape and they ask you the area. This is one such. करो try. Let's do this. Then again here also we can write required area and we will write the diagram also in the solution. So we should first find out the area of this part, right guys? that will be 1 by 2 times pi r square. What is the radius of the one? That diameter is 10, right? So radius will be 5. Minus, we should remove this area. That is 1 by 2 pi, radius of that will be 7 by 2 square. And then we can add this area separately. So it will be 1 by 2 pi 3 by 2 square, diameter is 3. So the answer will be this only, but we need to simplify it after this. That's the only part which is time taking, na, and the one which we don't like because that involves calculation. चलो फिर भी करना है ना. So what I could see, pi by 2 is common guys, ना, pi by 2 में common ले रहा हूँ, and then what is left? 5 square minus 7 by 2 the whole square plus 3 by 2 the whole square. Yeah, you can use a square minus b square identity or directly you can open because the numbers aren't so scary. So ये आ जाएगा 25 minus 49 by 4, right, plus 9 by 4. We should first take care of these two things. नहीं, तो ये हो गया pi by 2 25. When we simplify this, ये minus 40 by 4 आ रहा है क्या? So that is pi by 2 times 15, and they have not mentioned what to use as. Oh, did I do the thing wrong? Yeah, they have asked that ना. चलो एरिया भी कैलकुलेट कर लेते हैं. I did not read. Oh, चले फिर एरिया कैलकुलेट कर लेते हैं. So that is centimeter square, and yeah, you need to put the value of pi. 22 by 7 डालो या फिर 3.14. So that is basically 165 upon 7 centimeter square. Is it all right? चलो फिर perimeter find कर लें. So perimeter of the shaded part. Shaded part दिख रहा है क्या? So this is the first shaded part. Perimeter आएगा आपका half of 2 pi r, right? और pi d, half of pi into 7 plus we can add this part, half of pi into 10 plus half of ये वाली part ना, pi into 3. Pi into d I have used as the formula to calculate the circumference guys na. Either you say 2 pi r or you say pi d, they are obviously same thing. So that you can calculate and simplify ना. तो यहां पे भी pi by 2 कॉमन आ रहा है, राइट? यू आर गेटिंग 7 plus 10 plus 3. तो ये कितना आ रहा है भाई? pi upon 2 into 20, that's 10 pi. बढ़िया है. तो since it is 10 into pi, pi can be taken as 3.14. तो ये आ जाएगा 31.4 centimeter. So if the question was to find just the perimeter, it was much easier, right? Area में तो थोड़ा सा बढ़िया भी है. Is that all right? So if they ask it for 3, it is possible they ask both the things. Is that all right? So you also try to find the area. If not now, then after the class you can try. Are we all getting it? चलिए फिर आगे चलते हैं नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन की तरफ. हाँ, दिस इज अनदर शेप ना. देखो कैसे फाइंड करेंगे. इस बार हम क्वेश्चन पढ़ते हैं अच्छे से. दिस टाइम दे आर आस्किंग फाइंड द एरिया ऑफ द शेडेड रीजन. अच्छा, ये फाइंड द एरिया ऑफ द शेडेड रीजन. क्विकली लेट्स डू. जल्दी जल्दी करते हैं सॉल्व. They have not given the radius of the circle, but I think that's easy to find. You can just check. right? So if you have to find out the radius, I think it's pretty easy, right? You can clearly see this is the radius, and since it's a square, so this will also be 15 only, right? So in the solution we can write radius is actually the diagonal of the square, which is root under 15 square plus 15 square. You can even write 15 root 2, root under 15 square plus 15 square, which is 15 root 2 centimeter. So if you have to calculate the shaded region, it's pretty easy now. It's going to be the area of the quadrant, the whole area minus area of the square. So required shaded area. Area of the quadrant means 1/4 of area of the circle, pi r square. Radius का square कितना है भाई? 15 root 2 square minus area of the square, that is 15 square. तो ये आ गया भाई. Okay, now I think you guys can hear me, right? Is my voice audible, guys? So that's the final answer. Now you can multiply that. Please confirm if you can hear me. So have we finished this question? Okay, then let's do the next one now. Yeah, these were few 3 marks and 5 marks. आगे चलते हैं भाई ना. This is case study question. They might ask case study based also from this chapter, so I have taken one such question. Please read the question and try to solve it. Yeah, this is the final question of this chapter. देखिए कैसे सॉल्व कर सकते हैं हम इसको. So this figure consists of squares and semicircles. From the diagram it should be pretty clear which one is square and which one, and how many semicircles are there. Right, so I think we can understand, but they have not given anything about the semicircle. So what we should do, if I connect these points, please understand, do we get a square, guys, if I connect it like that? So if I have to get first of all the radius of this circle, so what you could do, let's connect it like that as well. यहाँ से यहाँ तक, since they are congruent, ना similar semicircles, all of them will have the same radius, right? So if I call the radius to be r, ये हो गया r, ये हो गया r. Is that all right? And it's a square as well. So can we find r from there? We can, right? Let's find R. Is it all right? And if this is R, can you guys tell me what is this length? Is it actually 2R? Because from here to here it is R. So this length, and this length will be equal only, right? So if I add all of this length from here up to here, that must be equal to 14. So that is important in the question. If you see it at first, it doesn't look we have every information given, but actually that information which is missing we can calculate from the given information. They have provided enough information. समझ पा रहे हैं क्या? So in the solution, if you want to explain that, then you can write let R be the radius of the semicircle. So we get 2R plus R plus R plus ये दोनों लेंथ भी ना 3 plus 3 6, that should be 14. यहाँ पे देखो भाई, so 4R will be 8. मतलब क्या है, R का वैल्यू 2 आ गया. In fact, finding R itself should be a big task. अच्छा task वो है. So they might even put 3 parts in this question. So therefore, first part they are asking find the area of the shaded region. So if I have to calculate the shaded region, is it going to be the area of the bigger square minus those areas? Shaded area आएगा आपका area of the square 14 square minus area of this square. area of this square क्या आएगा भाई? तो अपन r का वैल्यू पुट कर सकते हैं. तो ये आ गया साइड लेंथ 4 और रेडियस क्या आ रहा है 2. तो ये आ गया 4 का स्क्वायर प्लस वी कैन ऐड द एरियाज ना. सो ये आपके 4 सेमी सर्कल्स हैं. सो इट विल बी 4 टाइम्स पाई आर स्क्वायर अपॉन 2, या फिर ये चारों सेमी सर्कल मिलके 2 सर्कल कंप्लीट वी गेट, तो उसको बोल सकते थे 2 टाइम्स पाई आर स्क्वायर. तो करें सिंप्लीफाई, तो ये हो गया 14 स्क्वायर जो कि कितना होता है भाई 196. सिंप्लीफाई भी करना जरूरी है. माइनस 16 minus 8 pi, which is 180 minus 8 pi. Yeah, I am just leaving the answer this way, but if you want you can simplify in terms of decimals. और second part क्या है भाई? That's better ना, perimeter of the shaded portion. So perimeter, if you have to find, first of all we need to calculate the perimeter of the outer square, that is 4 into 14 plus there is no perimeter, we shouldn't add the perimeter of the smaller circle. Yeah Mukund, but if you see the diagram, they looks congruent first of all, and if in case you think that they are not congruent, then definitely the information which is given is not enough. So in the question ideally they should mention all of them are congruent, but even if they don't mention, we can assume they are same and then solve it. Is that all right? And this kind of ambiguity may be there in some of the questions. Are you getting? So if you are using some information which is not given, you can just mention ना, assume this part. Is that all right? तो ये आ गया 4 into this plus this part. If you have to calculate, then it is actually 1/2 of pi into r. r is 2. एक का हमने कैलकुलेट कर दिया, बट देयर आर 4, सो वी कैन मल्टीप्लाई बाय 4. सो ये हो गया आपका 56 प्लस 4 पाई सेंटीमीटर. डू वी ऑल गेट द सेम आंसर गाइस? सबका ऐसा ही आ रहा है क्या? समझ पा रहे हैं? कोई डाउट आ रहा है इसमें? सो जस्ट रिमेंबर दिस डायग्राम एंड देन देयर आर फ्यू स्टैंडर्ड क्वेश्चंस आल्सो ना. एक दो क्वेश्चन आप लोग कर लेना वो वाले भी ना. आई डिड नॉट इन्वॉल्व इट हियर. जैसे ऐसा क्वेश्चन आता है ना, यू हैव ए स्क्वायर एंड दिस इज ए क्वार्टर ऑफ ए सर्कल, देन फाइंड दिस एरिया. ये क्वेश्चन करके आना है आपको. आई एम गिविंग यू द साइड लेंथ 4. लेट्स सी अनदर क्वेश्चन दे आस्क इज इफ यू हैव ए स्क्वायर. ये एक हो गया आपका क्वार्टर सर्कल, ये हो गया क्वार्टर सर्कल. यहाँ पे भी 4 सेंटीमीटर है आपका रेडियस साइड लेंथ. तो ये एरिया फाइंड करना है. ठीक है. So I think we had done this kind of question in class, but again you will revise them. Okay, ये दोनों question करके आना है बच्चों. Is that all right? Apart from this question which we have discussed, try this as well at home after the class. Have you all understood? Did you all get the same answer? I left the answer in terms of pi, but if they mention use value of pi as 22 by 7 or 3.14, we are supposed to put the value and find the answer in decimal. Is it okay, guys? Have we understood? सबका आ गया? So okay, then that's all for this session. In the evening session, we will discuss today surface areas and volumes. Okay, all the standard type of questions they ask. So you can revise that chapter and join on time. Okay, and tell your friends also to join. Okay, so that okay they also know how to do those standard problems. Okay, guys. चलो फिर आज के लिए इतना ही. Bye, guys.